from fundamentally transforming the United States of America. We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America. We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America. We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America. We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
Get me on here. Okay, good morning, folks. Good morning from the office. BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Good morning from the office. We are 5 days. You know, I'm going to tell you what, you can be mad all day long, Republicans. You can be mad, conservatives, Tea Party, whatever you want. But Obama didn't lie to his side of the aisle. He didn't lie to his side. He told his side, he told his crowds they were 5 days away. And trans, right. Little did we know the key word in the front of that, the mystery word was trans. We're going to transform. He enunciated, transform America. And he is going to leave us a social experiment of a mess. This man has taken 8 years, and he has turned our military into a social experiment. You know, and the worst thing is these Ivy League types, these Harvard and Yale, they're enjoying this because they can do research on it. Oh, God, they're having bow tie parties. They're wearing bow ties, and they're drinking wine, and they're in these rooms up in Connecticut and around Hartford and out there in Harvard and, you know, Columbia and Yale, and they're discussing the research they can do, the research. I'd like to save the country. That's why Donald Trump's resonating for a guy like me. Now, I like a good bow tie from time to time, so I'm not knocking on bow ties. I shouldn't even, you know, there's nothing against bow ties this morning. But he has made the country, the world, a social experiment. He has gone all at the Arab Spring. He has our men and women still in danger in hot zones all around the world. But he is transforming. Now, folks, let me get this real quick. Now, there's a couple things. We're going to be talking about the transgender bathroom issue in Fannin County. We're going to be talking about that. I want to clear up a couple quick things. One, I'm your host, BKP. It's 8:04 this morning, Thursday morning. We are going to have 2 candidates this morning stop by. Between now and the Monday, the 23rd, we're going to do everything we can to get a couple candidates from day to day, whether they're call-in. And we're going to just let these people ask for your vote, okay? Meet these candidates, talk to these candidates. We're going to let these people ask for your vote. So we have probate judge candidates, Gilmer County probate judge candidates coming in this morning. We'll start with a couple. Today we're going to have at 8:30, we're going to have Susan Keener, candidate for probate judge here in Gilmer County. And at 9 o'clock, we're going to have Josh Teague. So those 2 are today. Now, tomorrow morning, we're going to have Andrew Lohman, and I'm trying to work out getting Scott Chastain in here. I haven't heard from him. But every day we're going to discuss candidates and get candidates in here between now and Election Day just let them ask for your vote, all right, get you information. Now, Trump is going to Capitol Hill. Let me wrap this up really quick for you, really quick. Trump is going to Capitol Hill today. The media is making a circus out of it. Just a total circus, all right? And will Ryan endorse? First of all, the Republicans have forgot about the excitement of actually having a Republican candidate that will win, okay? They forgot how that works. It's been 8 years. So they don't even understand. Most people, the media, most people don't know how this works anyway. The Republicans know they can win this one. No matter what you're hearing from Mitt Romney or whatever else from some holdouts, they know they can win this one, okay? You didn't see the frenzy 4 years ago or 8 years ago because John McCain was in the middle of trying to help spend $800 billion when his campaign came to an end. And Mitt Romney, there was nothing to get excited about there. So they did not invite Mitt Romney up to Capitol Hill to put strategy together about taking over the White House. So first of all, people are not used to this. There's actually a Republican candidate. You know, the president, it's been 8 years, is going to be gone. It's going to be a new president. So you don't see Hillary Clinton rushing up to Capitol Hill to meet with Nancy Pelosi. And, you know, she's still feeling the burn. And Harry Reid. All right, that being said, I put a little thing on Facebook this morning. Every morning I put something on Facebook. And I put several things we're going to talk about. One person actually wrote back and picked up something that I did on Facebook. I wrote, Donald Trump meets with Donald Trump today, and I got a message that said, don't you mean Donald Trump meets with Paul Ryan? Look, Donald Trump does not have to meet with anybody. He doesn't have to meet with anybody. There's a quote. Donald Trump says, we're going to beat Hillary Clinton either way, but unity is much better. When Trump says something like that, you have to pay attention to what he's laying out. Number one, he's going to meet with a 46-year-old kid. That's exactly right. A 46-year-old kid. Now, Paul Ryan has to insert his power. Paul Ryan can't come out as a punk. He has to exert that he's got power, and he has to make Trump think you need me. That all has to be there for Paul Ryan, okay? But the last thing Paul Ryan needs is for Donald Trump to do a campaign to remove Paul Ryan, not from the convention, but from the Speaker of the House position. Like he just did a campaign to take down 16 others. Paul Ryan cannot afford that. So Paul Ryan's going to use a play on words, and he's going to say, I've not yet decided to get behind all this. I have to see how this is going to work. They've changed the word policy to principle. So they're going to meet today, all right? Now, Donald Trump's going to go in there, and he's not going to say this, but he's going to say, look, kid, you're 46 years old. I just finished off 16 people. Now, if you would like to be number 17, that's up to you. Because all I have to do, you see, kid, the media is not waiting for you to come out. Now, you may think they're waiting for you to come out, and they are. For some of them, they're waiting to hear what Paul Ryan says. And damn it, it's like Groundhog Day. We're waiting to see if Poxitani Phil comes out what he says. They're all up there. They're going to hold. Trump's going to hold. Here's what's going to happen. Trump's going to come out, and he's going to be holding little Paul Ryan up, going like this. And he's going to say, I seen my shadow. It's Groundhog Day. Here, I got Poxitani Ryan. Look, folks, here's what's going to happen. The media's all up there waiting to see if they see their shadow. But this is simple. He's going to walk in there. He's going to say, look, kid, you're 46 years old. You're a nice young man. I like you. You happen to be from an area of Wisconsin, that didn't vote for me. So good for you. But let me tell you who did vote for me. This is how many million. Now, I just moved 16 people out of the way. You want to go through the list, Paul? Paul, you want to go through the list of the 16 people I just moved out of the way? Now, would you like to be number 17? Because, Paul, if I go out here, there's two things can happen. I can say to the microphones out there, I think I can work with Paul Ryan as Speaker of the House. That's the only sentence I have to say. And we're okay. But Paul, if I go out to that microphone and I say, well, the meeting didn't go bad, I hope Paul is the speaker when I'm the president, but, it could be difficult working with him. That's how Trump does. maybe another Speaker of the House may be easier to work with. Paul, you're through. You understand, that is code word for unleashing the whole American public that is behind me, and don't underestimate them, to start doing a campaign to remove you as Speaker of the House. So do you want to be number 17? Or do you want me to go out to the microphone and think, you know what? This Paul Ryan, he's a good guy. We have several of the same principles. I think I'm ready to send my mandate down to Capitol Hill, and I think I'm ready to send it to Paul Ryan, and I think I'm ready to work with him to accomplish what we want to get done. If Trump comes out and does that today, it will be enormous for Paul Ryan. So folks, he does not need Paul Ryan, okay? This is Trump's way of being nice, letting a little kid look like, letting the little kid get first in line for the roller coaster, okay? And letting him have it. I'm just telling you, don't get all excited about this meeting today. Trump comes out today and says, Paul Ryan's okay. But if Trump comes out today and Ryan does not, if these people on Capitol Hill do not listen to Trump, and in the art of the deal, in the negotiations, if Trump doesn't come out on top today, you watch, Paul Ryan will wish he never met Donald Trump. So there you go. That's it. Quit worrying about that today. Don't worry about it. This is all set up for Paul Ryan to come out and look good, save face as a 46-year-old kid to Donald Trump. All right? Donald Trump does not need to talk to anybody. He does not. Donald Trump doesn't come out of the meeting and start making phone calls to his donors and say, I did it exactly the way you told me. Or I did, the donor calls, you get out, yes. Did you tell him what I said? Yes, sir, I told him what you said. Okay, that's not going to happen. All right, we're going to move past that because we got Susan Keener coming in here at 8:30. Now, the Board of Education for Fannin County has moved. They have moved the meeting today. They have moved it to the cafeteria, the high school cafeteria, Fannin County High School cafeteria. They are asking you, same time, everything's the same. The Board of Education workshop at 4:30 is the same time. The meeting's at 6 o'clock. Everything time-wise is the same that you would see any other time for the Board of Education for Fannin County. But they have moved the meeting to the high school cafeteria to accommodate potential crowds they're expecting. That being said, they've asked you to park on the stadium side. The Performing Arts Center is having a scholarship awards night. Do not park on the Performing Arts Center side, please, if you're going tonight to the meeting. Park on the stadium side. There will be a side door to the cafeteria that will be open. So you can do that, okay? You can park on that side. Now, I will be up there. We understand, sources tell us that at First Baptist Church parking lot in Blue Ridge is where people will assemble. We'll call it protesters, but that's where they're supposed to assemble. We're thinking 5 o'clock. They're supposed to march together to the over to the Board of Education meeting. So there's supposed to be a march from there to the Board of Education meeting. I am asking you, I am telling you and encouraging you to be there. Yes. But I'm encouraging you, I'm telling you, no foul language at the Board of Education, no pushing, no shoving. Even if you see some people dressed as transgenders, this is not a joke. This could happen, folks. This could happen. In fact, even if you go in the bathroom and you see this, Lottie, we got the picture of what we seen yesterday. We got that? Mm-hmm. All right. Even, just saying you walk in the bathroom and this is what you see, right? Take the picture down, Lottie. Enough's enough. All jokes aside, folks, if transgender people, if anyone of opposition to what you believe in is there, please, no violence. I am going to tell you, I think the nation will be watching. I'm serious. I think the nation will be watching. I got a call from Amarillo, Texas yesterday. I was on the phone with a news director in Amarillo, Texas yesterday for about 30 minutes. The world will be watching maybe. We have 3 news desks. You may think this is silly, okay? But we have 3 news desk companies that search fetchyournews.com that we have been contacted from that go through things and put up. See, what you might not realize is there's an ABC London, and there's an ABC Singapore, and there's an ABC in Italy. There's an NBC. There's this, that. There is nightly news all over the world. And there's three or four companies that internationally search certain websites all over to look for worldwide international news. FetchYourNews.com, we have been contacted. We have signed releases with 3 international companies to use our information, and it has been used in the past. So I'm just telling you, the world could be watching, the country could be watching, all of Georgia, the issue in North Carolina going on. You've seen Barack Obama wants to transform this country and turn it into a social experiment. The Department of Justice wants to they want to help right a wrong in transgender equality in North Carolina. We've seen all that. No fighting, no kicking, no screaming. Peaceful protest in numbers, okay? The walls of Jericho. That's the only way I can put it. March around the walls of Jericho. Do not engage. Do not get in a fight, no matter how upset you are today, if you see any other protest signs in opposition to what you believe in. That's what I'm begging you today. We will be there. We will have somebody at the protest area. We will have somebody march with protesters. We will have our cameras inside the Board of Education. We will bring it live to you on FYN TV. You'll be able to click on FYN TV and watch the Board of Education live. We will have our microphone. We are going to do live interviews, okay? We are going to invite people to the camera and do live interviews. So it's going to be a long evening, and you can get it all through FYN TV, FetchYourNews.com, FYN TV, right what you're watching now. Moving on. You know, why now? Now, I'm not going to say all of these politicians are not worthy of your vote. There's only one today I'm going to say do not vote for. But betrayal is betrayal. And I'm not going to tell you which politician to vote for or say that this is a list of people not to vote for. I'm not going to get into that. Hear this very clearly. Lynn Doss, the county attorney in Fannin County, released a statement, okay? I guess she's feeling the heat. The only question I would have for the county attorney is, why didn't you preempt this? Why didn't you start a year ago? Why didn't you make the calls on behalf of the board? Why didn't you start working on this? Now, I'm not going to make fun of this, but if any of us want to make a difference, this is what the county attorney says, okay? First of all, she is saying the separation of church and state is the bedrock of our country. First of all, I wish you would put the actual meaning of the separation of church and state for the people as the founding fathers intended it. Do not, please do not tell me separation of church and state. Don't do it. Do not do it, okay? Unless you preempt it with what the founding fathers. I'm not in the mood to hear separation of church and state right now, okay? The issue of who can go into which restroom legally is truly a legal issue. This is from the county attorney, folks. It's truly a legal issue. Really? Really? I did not know when, oh my God, I was hoping this wouldn't happen. All right, let's go to third grade, okay? Now, we had scheduled bathroom breaks in third grade. So, at a certain time, the whole class, it was bathroom break. So you went down the hall, there was the girls' room and the boys' room. And the girls were in a line and the boys were in a line. And the teacher will allow 3 boys in the bathroom at once and 3 girls in the bathroom at once. And when the 3 girls came out, 3 more got to go in. I'm going to let the county attorney now know I did not realize that day in third grade that me going in the bathroom and doing whatever was a legal issue. Because my God, in the third grade, if I'd have just thought that every time I got to go in the bathroom of my biological gender, that I was entering into a legal issue, God forbid. Now, it's a legal issue. Throughout our nation's history, there have been landmark decisions that ultimately affect all of us. The North Carolina cases will be such. If any of us want to make a difference, so this is from the county attorney, if any of us want to make a difference in this matter, there are 3 things we can do individually. Now, nobody hired you as our guidance counselor. You're not hired to be our guidance counselor. You're hired to be the county attorney. Now, first A, she gives you A. Pray for wisdom and guidance. You know, it always gets me when the first thing is, well, we need to pray. Oh, we need to pray. We need to pray for an answer. We need to pray for God to intervene here. You know what? I don't think you realize God's answered the prayer. You're the answer. Show up. You're the answer. Take on the battle. You're the answer. Show up in large numbers by the thousands. Now, I'm not telling you not to pray, but pray. God's already sent you the answer. You're not listening, people. If you were listening to the answer of your prayers today, they will fly over with television choppers because 30,000 people will be in Blue Ridge today in harmony, in peace, in protest. So first, let's pray for wisdom and guidance. Wisdom and guidance. What? What the heck? Guidance? There's a whole book called Guidance. It's the Bible. I'm not going to preach you. I swear to God I'm not. But that one just does this to me. Contact the individuals that we have elected to address and make laws for us in a matter such as this would be the individuals elected to represent us. I know you didn't just tell me that. Contact the individuals. Oh my God, let's go to the almighty elected politicians, because my God, they're getting everything right. Well, they are just doing it all for us. Well, listen, let me tell you something. You're asking us to contact David Perdue. Why didn't you contact him a year ago? Why didn't you? Why didn't you pick up the phone and say, look, man, I'm representing the Board of Education here in Fannin County, which really means I'm representing 20,000 people. I'm representing 3,000 students, and we're walking into a hornet's nest. Could you look at passing a law? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you tell the students? Now, if sources are correct, this transgender bathroom issue did not happen last week. One source that called me said this has been happening for a long time. So why didn't you tell us to pray months ago? Why didn't you tell us to call months ago? Why didn't we get in touch with the local officials down in Atlanta? We can't even get a governor. You have the audacity to write Governor Nathan Deal. Here, if you want to let's see, David Perdue, Johnny Isaacson. Really? That's what we need to do. You need to really? Now here's one. Contact Doug Collins. And you know what, Doug Collins, really contact Doug Collins? All right. On the state level, you can contact Nathan Deal. No direct email. When I called and asked earlier today, I was told that an individual would have to go to gov.georgia.gov, contact us, and email that way, and there was no email to be given. Other means of contact: Office of the Governor, 206 Washington Street, Capitol, Georgia, phone number 404. Why didn't you put this information out before session? Why didn't you put this information out when we couldn't even get this governor to sign the Religious Liberty Bill? Seriously? Call the governor. Oh my God, we got a problem in transgender bathrooms, but we know Governor Deal won't even sign the Religious Liberty Bill, but my God, he will stop fundraising long enough to do something about transgender bathrooms. Really? Really? Huh? He fell to Delta, Miss Doss. He fell to Home Depot, Miss Doss, and you want us to contact the governor? Now, the list goes on. I've got to take a break, and we're going to get a candidate in here to meet with us. I got to take a break, but after our first candidate meeting, we're going to get right back into this because the list goes on of government officials she would like you to contact. And as I read them, think about what they have done for you lately, and they're asking to be reelected. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. When we come back, we will have our first guest, Gilmer County probate judge candidate Susan Keener. So stay with us right after these messages. We want to thank several of our sponsors. Days Chevrolet, located on 515 in Jasper. Circuit World, promotional code fetchernews.com. Circuit World, L&L Beanery, downtown Blue Ridge Coffee Shop, free Wi-Fi. Go down there, get a fresh cup of coffee, turn on the computer, and watch the show at L&L Beanery, downtown Blue Ridge. Salon 84 Hair and Color, West Church Street in Jasper. Make your appointment today, 706-253-9876. Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique, located in Jasper. Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique, and Schottenkirk Ford. Schottenkirk Ford wants to invite you to come meet their new management team. They're located on 515 down in Jasper. We'll be back after these brief messages with our candidate guest. I'm your host, BKP. Lonnie, take us to break.
We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America. We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America. We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. What you did not realize that day when President Obama said that he was going to begin a social experiment on our military, a social experiment on our country, a social experiment on our bathrooms, our schools, our children, a total social experiment in Ferguson, just completely transformed. You know, the word trans, you need to catch on to that. Now, I got a couple minutes here. My next guest, Susan Keener, for Gilmer County Probate Court. We'll have her in here at 9:05 like we have scheduled. So I got a couple minutes. I want to continue on. Don't forget, Fannin County Board of Education meeting has been moved to the Fannin County High School cafeteria. The time is the same. Just an update if you just joined us. The time is the same, 4:30 for the board training session, 6 o'clock for the regular meeting. Fannin County High School cafeteria. They are asking you to park on the stadium side of the cafeteria. The side door will be open to enter. They're asking you, please do not park in the Performing Arts Center parking lot because they're going to be having a scholarship program tonight. So please do not park there. Park on the stadium side. We also understand at 5 o'clock, we're going to call it peaceful protest. Peaceful protesters will be gathering at First Baptist Church to march in solidarity to the Board of Education meeting to oppose Fannin County's decision to uphold, make the decision they've made to allow transgender students to use any restroom they choose in Fannin County schools. Now, that being said, there's a lot of discussion about the $3.5 million in federal money that the school could lose. Anthony Walden was quoted, by saying, I don't have the quote up, but he was quoted by saying, and he is a school resource officer, and most of the people up there are tired of hearing that the children are only worth $3.5 million, and that's the real issue here, is the loss of money. And I'm telling you, folks, that is the real issue with people. They have had it. I did a monologue yesterday with ending the Department of Education. Now, what I did earlier is I started talking about County Attorney Lynn Doss, why she did not preempt this, because this has been going on for a while in the school. Sources tell FetcherNews.com. This didn't just happen last week. She is asking you to call your local elected officials, like they have done so well for us here up to date, right? Like they are really doing great things through the Barack Obama social experiment of his administration on each and every one of us. We have a Justice Department down in North Carolina trying to make a decision. Now, I've gotten stuck on this, but Lynn Doss wrote, the separation of church and state, that is the bedrock of our great nation. The issue of who can go into which restroom legally is truly a legal issue. That one has hit me so bad. I did not know my whole entire life that I was making a legal decision to go to the bathroom. I swear to God, you might be saying that I'm taking it out of context. The other thing, it just hit me. I do not like when somebody says, especially Lynn Doss says, the separation of church and state. The founding fathers never intended for the separation of church and state to be used in this context. And she knows that, and you know that out there. And I am just not okay with her 3-page letter she puts up explaining. Then she says, contact the individuals that we have elected to address and make laws for us. Now, I'm going to say this. I told you earlier, I'm not going to tell you not to vote for these people. There's only one person I've told you not to vote for. Because here at FetcherNews.com, BKP, I do not endorse candidates. I do not endorse any candidates. But I thought the other day, maybe I could say who not to vote for. So I made a decision to tell you, do not vote for Johnny Isaacson. Do not, okay? He will not debate his primary opponents. He will not come out and talk to the citizens of Georgia. He feels he has a crown. In fact, do a little Photoshop there. Find a picture of him and put a crown on Johnny, because he thinks he's King Johnny in Georgia, and he doesn't have to answer to you, the voters. He does not have to participate in the primary. He does not have to stand on the stage with Dr. Mary Kay Beckley Y'all. He does not have to stand on the stage with Derek Grayson. He doesn't have to stand on the stage. He's wearing a crown. Do not vote for Johnny Isaacson. Johnny Isaacson, if you feel, let me ask the County Attorney Lynn Doss a question. If you keep up with anything, do you not realize that Johnny has voted for all of these Department of Education bills, like No Child Left Behind, No Child Left Behind, Race to the Top, all of these bright ideals that brought in Common Core that Johnny's voted for, is supporting them, and then you're asking people to call him like he cares. So I'm not telling you not to vote for these candidates, but I'm going to change the sentence. And instead of saying contact the individuals we have elected to address and make laws for us, I'm going to rewrite it and say, I'm telling you to contact the individuals who have already betrayed you to this point. That's what they are. They're the individuals that have betrayed you. Well, I really like David Perdue. I like Senator David Perdue also. But they have known. See, the Republicans have had Congress. They have had the Senate. They have, hell, Republicans. They're the fault. Let's stay in Georgia. I'm going to take a 2-minute break, but let's stay in Georgia for a minute. Republicans have the Georgia State Senate. The Republicans have the Georgia House of Representatives. The Republicans, which he's pretending to be a Republican, Governor Nathan Deal. Nathan Deal, a Republican, the governor of Georgia. Republicans have the House of Representatives. The delegation from Georgia of the House of Representatives is majority Republican, all the Congress. Republicans have the Senate. And the Republicans are trying to figure, and we're trying to figure out if we can legally how to use bathrooms. And the Republicans are in charge. Who would you get if you can't get them to do what they're supposed to do? We're going to take a brief break. We're running just a minute behind. When we come back, we're going to be talking to our second candidate. Between now and Election Day, May 24th, we're going to have all kinds of candidates in here and just give them an opportunity to ask for your vote if you haven't had a chance to meet them up to this point. Lonnie, take us to break. When we come back, we'll have Gilmer probate candidate judge for Judge Susan Keener in here with us. Lonnie, take us to break. Good morning from the office. We're back on BKP, and we're going to continue for the next 27 minutes to discuss the great social experiment Barack Obama has thrust our country into in the last 8 years. All right, before we do, we want to thank some more of our sponsors, the 1907 restaurant located off the square in Ellijay, UPS store located in East Ellijay, North Georgia Diamond located in the East Ellijay Walmart Shopping Center, promotional code Fetch Your News, Mattress Overstock, go see Gary, Richard, Rhonda, the mattress lady for the best mattress at the best price, located in the East Ellijay Walmart Shopping Center, 706-698-7378, that's Mattress Overstock. FetchYourNews.com, your promotional code Ellijay Fitness, 379 River Street, Ellijay, 706-636-2348. WebWorks Lawn Care. WebWorks Lawn Care, locally owned, reliable service. Call Justin Webb today. He's ready to work for you. Give him a call at 706-889-4893. That's 706-889-4893, WebWorks Lawn Care. Okay, folks, now we've been talking about, now let me set this back up. Let's keep in mind, the state of North Carolina, why are they all out on their own? Why are they just seem like out there on their own? Why don't we have the Republican House, the Republican Senate? Why do we have a Justice Department going down and trying to take down, shake down, and break the will of the people in North Carolina that elected the governor that signed the bill concerning the bathrooms to use? Remember, without going into great detail, don't forget the governor signed a bill. Let's get back on the ground here, folks. The governor signed a bill requiring people to use the restroom of the biological gender on their birth certificate. Oh, how dare him. That's where we're at. Now, we have the issue in Fannin County, and we're discussing the representation. Now, I want to say this. The county attorney here in this case is trying to convince the public that they can't win. This is not going to go well for me. But you know what? I'm in an I don't care mood. All right? The county attorney is doing everything to try to convince you you can't win. You must live with it. It is a legal issue what bathroom you can go in, whether you like it or not. We could lose $3.5 million. You don't understand what that would do to the school system. We have to preserve the level of education for our students. Oh my God, this is what they are trying to promote to you. As I told you yesterday, the County Attorney Lynn Doss has put a long list of things that you could do on Facebook to help us get through this. Contacted the individuals. I'm going to give you this now. Contact the individuals that we have elected to address and make laws for us in a manner such as this. That would be the individuals elected to represent us. Now, these are my words from here on out. This is not what was written by the county attorney. Let's keep in mind, the House of Representatives are Republicans. The Senate is Republicans. The House, the Georgia State House, Republicans. The Georgia State Senate, Republicans. And the governor of Georgia is a Republican. Now, you were told by them, and I'm going to group them all together, that they shared your values. You were told by them they were the clear, constant conservative, that they were going to protect your freedom of speech, your freedom of religion, your freedoms, your freedoms, your freedoms. You thought what you had to do was go to the ballot box on the 24th and vote them in. That's what you thought. But folks, they have, and they's a big word. Some may not have, but I'm going to read the list anyway. They may have betrayed you. It is time for you to take matters in your own hand and say, we're not going to take it anymore peacefully. Folks, David Perdue is on the list. Senator Johnny Isakson's on the list. Doug Collins is on the list that may have betrayed you. Governor Nathan Deal. Now this one gets me is the attorney Lynn Doss wants me to believe that she does not have Governor Nathan Deal's direct email. But okay, I'll go with that. Why would you tell us to contact Nathan Deal? He's not interested. Why? So Delta could tell Nathan Deal not to get involved, so Home Depot, you're going to act like you don't know this, county attorney? Okay. Sam Olens. Steve Gooch. Really? Why didn't you contact Steve Gooch? Why didn't you contact 6 months ago and say, look, we're going to have to charter through these waters because I am county attorney and my job, is to represent this board and to try to keep us out of hot water and not get us into lawsuits. But I'm telling you now, I was born in Fannin County, raised in Fannin County, and the citizens of Fannin County are not going to take well to this. Why not do something in the last session? Why not come up with a North Carolina bill if you knew about it? Sources tell me. Who let you down, folks? Not just in Fannin County, in all of Georgia. Start making a list of who let you down. Sources tell me that the Fannin County transgender issue in the bathrooms is not something that just happened last week. That's what its sources say. Who's letting you down, folks? Why didn't they contact Steve Gooch? Now, I'm going to tell you, let's see who's next. Now, here's the one that gets me. I might throw my damn glasses across the room. The most powerful person in the Georgia House of Representatives, Fannin County's representative. It's like an introduction. Now up. The most powerful person in Georgia House of Representatives is Fannin County's representative, your one, your only, the man of the hour, 7th District, David E. Ralston. Speaker Ralston. Folks, that's what your county attorney wrote. Why didn't your county attorney that has a direct link to the Speaker of the House? All I keep hearing in this election is we have the Speaker of the House. Now, I'm not taking a side. If you out there decide to take a side, that's up to you. I'm not getting in the election. I'm not discussing the candidates. But I pay attention. I'm not under some damn rock. All I keep hearing, I got ads, I got cards in the mail. I listen to Pandora. I listen to this, I listen to that. I look at the billboards. And I hear over and over and over and over, Fannin County has the Speaker of the House. Do you want to lose the Speaker of the House? Tell me that's not all you hear. The risk, if the other candidate was to get elected, the risk you are taking in North Georgia is to lose the Speaker of the House. She writes that here, knowing good well that she has a connection, a direct link to the Speaker of the House. All your county, I'm going to share with you, if you don't know out there, Fannin County, your Fannin County Board of Education attorney has the Speaker of the House cell phone number and can call and say, David, not say Mr. Ralston, say, David, I need you to look at some local legislation to help Fannin County. Folks, you better get a clear, very clear perspective on who's letting you down. Clearly. Why was there not? You have the Speaker of the House. You have a county attorney. Why was there not some kind of North Carolina bathroom legislation? Why didn't you pick up the phone and say, hey, David? See, legislation just ended 3 weeks ago. The session ended. Yeah, I've been told this. Hey, David, we got an issue. We got an issue up here in Fannin County. We might need to do a gender issue bathroom law like North Carolina. We might want to think about that, because I'm telling you, the citizens of North Georgia are not ready to I got a phone call yesterday I got phone calls from people. Now, I'm telling you, I got phone calls from elected officials yesterday. I got phone calls from moms and dads. I got a phone call from a grandparent in another county. Oh, yeah, this is in another county. I got a grandparent called me, said, no, this ain't going to work. I have grandchildren in school. Telling you now. So that's on the list, okay? Let's see, who else could we have on the list? Last but not least, here's a good one. Here's C, because she gave us A, B, and C. Remember that we are blessed. Oh, nothing like being blessed. Remember, we are blessed to live in the wonderful. What the hell is this? Wonderful. Remember, we are blessed to live in this wonderful area of Georgia. And as long as we maintain civility. Did we hire you as the attorney or some counselor? I mean, civility. As long as we maintain civility and open lines of communication. How about the open lines of communication that you had to Georgia down there under the Gold Dome, that you could have been working on this? Lines of communication. There is nothing we can't resolve if we listen and work together. Oh, what an encouraging statement from an attorney. What an encouraging statement. I urge you to contact Senator Perdue, Senator Isaacson, Representative Collins. The mandates of the federal and will be addressed on the federal level. with impact on all of us. Like you just found this out. Look, I don't dislike this individual. I don't want that misunderstood. But this just tore into me when I read this last night. This is the county attorney. This is who you hire. You should read this, folks, and come to terms that this is who your tax dollars pay to represent you. This is it right here. So A, pray for wisdom and guidance. Let me tell you something. If you've been praying for wisdom and guidance out there, let me give you a clue. God has answered your prayer. Well, how do I know that? What gives you the right to tell us God has answered your prayer? And how is he answered? You need to be up there today by 30,000. Peaceful. Walls of Jericho. Walls of Jericho. And you need to be peaceful. Okay? And you need to march to that school. And you need to stand in line and tell them that you don't intend for this to be okay. And that you will go to the ballot box on May 21st, and your first order of business will be to dismiss everyone that betrayed you. And your second order of business will be to remove the people that don't defend your rights. You understand what I'm hearing right now? And I do want to say this, because I know I sound angry, and I know I sound upset, and I know I sound very passionate. Even the children that are identifying as transgender today are just that. They're children. So we don't want any children harmed. We don't want any children just mistreated. You understand that? We don't want any children singled out. You have not heard that here on Fetcher News, and you will not. I've heard some other newscasts. There has been comments. If you go to Fetcher News right now and you read about 30 comments, and some of them took an hour to write, they're so long. If you read the comments on FetcherNews.com, if you read 30, I'm going to let you know there was 60. And several we could not post. We had to delete. So we have not published any names. We have not discussed any students. We have not discussed any teachers. We have not discussed any personnel. The only personnel we have discussed is Superintendent of Schools, Mark Hinson. Told you yesterday, I'm going to end today by telling you he's a good man. Mark Hinson's a good man. Okay? He is somewhere today I don't want to be. And that's why I want him treated with respect. I want the board treated with respect. But I want you to let them know that you're not going to accept the position they're taking. That you can do in a peaceful manner. That you could do in a polite way. No kicking, no screaming. So we've not put any names up. This is a public person. Lynn Doss is the county attorney. She chose to go on here and write her statement of separation in church and state as the bedrock of this great nation, and decided to tell you that bathrooms throughout our nation's history, there have been landmark decisions. The issue of who can go into which bathroom legally is truly a legal decision. You didn't know that today. So anyhow, I'm going to wrap that up. We'll be up there this afternoon. We'll have 3 reporters in 3 different areas. You can go to FetcherNews.com and watch it live. We will have cameras there, reporters there. We will document this thing all the way through, and we encourage you to do that again. Lonnie, are you trying to get me for something? Huh? Also, it is Tuesday, so that means Inspirational Moments by our good friend Colonel Oscar Poole is coming up.
You were almost right. It's Thursday. But yes. Oscar.
Is it Thursday?
It's Thursday. It is Thursday. Drink a little more spark. You've got a big day ahead of you.
I got to get another spark going. Anyhow, today, Thursday, thank you, Lonnie, is Inspirational Moments by our dear friend Oscar Poole. And don't forget also, today, stay tuned. After that, we will have North Georgia's only live online morning newscast with Kevin Hensley, the Morning Report. Stay tuned for the Morning Report. And don't forget, if you want to contact me, our phone does not go off at 10 o'clock when the show goes off. Our number is 706-889-9700. You want to call, you want to talk to me. I have several people that have off the record that I haven't mentioned. So if you want to get in touch with me, 706-889-9700. You want to send me emails concerning anything, that is chief@fetchernews.com. And also, if you have any news you would like for us to report here, North Georgia's only live online morning newscast, Kevin Hensley, the Morning Report, coming up. Hey, I told you earlier, let me look around. Now, let me tell you, May 23rd is Candidate Day here at FetcherNews.com. And let me tell you what we have done, and I will tell you who has confirmed. And yesterday I confirmed, I just sent this out yesterday, so a lot of candidates have not had time to confirm. But on May 23rd, we're going to allow these candidates to ask for your vote. Just like this morning, these candidates here, we didn't put a lot of pressure on them. We let them ask for your vote. So we will have Candidate Day on May 23rd. And we will have 9th Congressional District candidates. We've invited Mike Scupine, Roger Fitzpatrick, Paul Brown. Now, they will all be calling in, but we've allowed all of them 15 minutes. So Mike Scupine, Roger Fitzpatrick, Paul Brown, Doug Collins, Bernie Fontaine have all been invited. Right now, we have Roger Fitzpatrick, Mike Scupine, and Paul Brown and Bernie Fontaine have all confirmed. We're just waiting for Congressman Collins. We gave them a time slot so they know what time. So we're waiting for Congressman Collins to confirm, and that's the 9th District. Now, on the 51st District State Senate candidates, State Senator Steve Gooch and John Williamson. John Williamson has confirmed. We're waiting for Steve Gooch to confirm, and he is confirmed. And again, these are not hardcore question and answer sessions. They are the candidates getting an opportunity to ask for your vote. 7th District State Representatives Sam Snyder and David Ralston have been invited, and at this time, Sam Snyder has confirmed. So we're still waiting for Congressman Doug Collins, Senator Steve Gooch, and David Ralston to confirm our Candidate Day on May, right? I don't know the day, I don't know the month. It's May, right? Holy mackerel, Batman. All right, May 23rd, December. I was waiting for Christmas, December 23rd. Boy, I tell you what, 2 days before Christmas, right, Lonnie?
Holy
All
roasted
right.
peanuts, Batman. You need to get your stuff together.
I agree with that. So, don't forget before we leave, Hillary Clinton says that she is in, all of her staff, Blumenthal, everybody says that they are in a security inquiry. And they're inquiring into some security issues. That's it. The FBI is in the middle of an inquiry. Well, the FBI let everybody know yesterday they don't do inquiries. When the FBI, it's an investigation. The head of the FBI let everybody know yesterday Hillary is not going through a security inquiry. Blumenthal is not going through any inquiry. It's an investigation. Blumenthal will not answer whether he has met with the FBI or not, meaning he probably has. So that is an investigation into Hillary Clinton. So the Democrats are packing the parachute now, wondering who they need to strap it on their back to parachute in to take over for Hillary. It won't be Bernie Sanders. And last but not least, Mr. Trump meet the GOP Republican. Donald Trump begins meetings with House Speaker Ryan and Republican congressional leaders. Trump does not need any of them to win. He can win without them. Trump is telling them what the deal is this morning, how they can all come out on top and make things right, because all Trump has to do has to do is, the only thing Trump has to do is come out and say they can't work anything out. And possibly Paul Ryan could lose his job if that campaign starts tomorrow. So I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Stay tuned for Oscar inspirational moments and then some brief messages. And then Kevin Hensley, the morning report. Lonnie, take us out of here.